heart and nothing left to say. Battling shadows, walking in the rhythm of the life I didn't choose. From the silent cries and the darkest nights to the moments I almost gave up the fight. I was lost in the echoes of a hollow sound, searching for a solid piece of ground. But I'm Love Marlene, 411, and I'm standing tall. I'm living proof that you can survive it all. From the 411 to the depths of my soul, I'm taking back the pieces, making them whole. It's a journey of healing, a path to the light. We're breaking every curse and winning the fight. From my heart to yours, let the healing start. We're making peace with the past and broken parts. It's more than just a story, it's a brand new lens, seeing where the trauma stops and where the light begins. Breaking generational chains, link by link, learning how to feel, learning how to think, guarding my spirit, my mind and my peace, watching the anxiety and the tension release. I found a self-love that was always meant to be a gift from God, now living in me. No more worthlessness, no more shame. I'm calling out the joy and I'm calling it by name. I am conscious of the seeds we sow. Watch how the garden starts to grow. But I'm Love Marlene, 411, and I'm standing tall. I'm living proof that you can survive it all. From the 411 to the depths of my soul, I'm taking back the pieces, making them whole. It's a journey of healing, a path to the light. We're breaking every curse and winning the fight. From my heart to yours, let the healing start. We're making peace with the past and broken parts. Spread the love, spread the light, live your best life, hold on tight. I'm Love Marlene, for Marlene, 411. The journey has just begun.
Hello, hello. Hi, Miss Nexie.
Hello,
And
Miss Marlene.
how
How
are
are
you guys
you?
doing? Good to see you. Welcome to the Sip and Chat, everybody. I'm Love Marlene 411. And over here we talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but we mainly focus on trauma
Nonsense.
healing and relationship stuff and all that blah, blah. And we do a lot of yada, yada, yada over
A
here.
lot of nonsense.
So, how are you doing, Miss Nexie?
It's been very hard couple of weeks. But I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, Miss Marlene. Hanging in there, and just um preparing myself for Saturday, and that's that. But I'm
Yeah.
doing a lot better. How about you? How have you been?
When I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna be honest and real. When people say, "How are you doing?" Sometimes I'm like, do people really want to know?
I do. I really do.
No, I know you do, but I mean, when some people like
Well,
when
I
they
tell
ask
them
you, "How are
anyway,
you
even if they
doing?"
don't ask.
Yeah.
I'm doing lousy today. Why?
Yeah, like, what if you told them the truth, like, "Oh, I'm going through this and this," they're like, "I'll never ask you
Yeah,
again."
exact. That's why you do it.
Yeah.
To teach them a lesson. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but it's the truth. It's the truth, Miss Nexie. So, before we get started, I'm gonna ask you what you're sipping on, Miss Nexie.
You won't believe this. It is
Oh,
like
I'm ready.
1,000 degrees over here in California.
Hmm.
I'm having a nice cup of really hot coffee. Really hot coffee. But wait. I'm in an AC
Wait, wait,
room.
wait.
I'm in an AC room where, like, if I take this coffee, feels like, ooh, I'm warm. Like I'm in the cold mountains and now I'm warm. And
Miss
I don't get
Next,
out of this room until the coffee's out of my system, meaning I don't feel hot because if I go and I had just like if I just finish drinking and then I get out of the room, I'm like, oh my God, why did I drink that cup of coffee?
Miss Nexie,
So
I'm gonna
yeah, a
show
cup
you.
of
I'll turn on
coffee.
my camera for a second. I'll turn on my camera
What?
for a second. So I did this because this
Oh,
is bootleg. This is ghetto, right?
oh.
But whatever, I don't care. I actually took a water bottle and cut it. Don't ask. It's a long story. Cut water bottle. So I just put some of that Andre sparkling wine in it.
Ooh,
That's what I'm
very
having.
nice. Well, congratulations, Miss Marlene. We are going to have fun today. Let's
You,
play truth or
you
dare.
know when I get a sippy sip.
Let's play truth or dare, Miss Marlene. Come on, come on.
Truth
It's a
or
good time
dare.
for you.
But before we do all that, I didn't play our song.
Oh,
So let's play our sip and chat song. We'll be right
let's
back.
do that.
Pull up a chair, leave your worries at the door. Whatever's on your mind, you don't have to carry it no more. The steam is rising from the cup, the vibe is feeling right. We're diving deep into the soul, we're searching for the light. From the aches and the pains to the joys we finally find. It's the sip and chat, the healing of the mind. It's Marlene and Miss Nexie, side by side. No secret too heavy, nowhere left to hide. They're pouring out their hearts just to fill yours up again. A conversation started between two good friends. Whoa, this is the Sip and Chat, the weekly place to be, where we talk about the heart and we set the spirit free. Pour a little love, take a little sip. Life is a journey, the message is clear. Love is all you need, love is all, and you'll find it right here. Yeah. Matters of the heart, yeah, we're breaking down the walls. Learning how to stand up even after all the fall. Self-love is the lesson, self-care is the key. Becoming the person that you're meant to be. So watch the videos, enjoy the weekly flow. We're planting the seeds to help your garden grow. Turn those notifications on, don't miss a single drop of the wisdom. Because you deserve to feel better, you deserve to heal. Where we talk about the heart and we set the spirit free. Pour a little love. The message is clear. Love is all you need. Love is all, and you'll find it right here. Sip and chat. Sip and chat. Love yourself better. Love yourself better. Weekly podcast. Pouring out that soul. Marlene and Miss Nexie, making hearts whole. Oh yeah, making hearts whole.
Yes, I love our song.
Love our song.
Yes, I love our song. So, so Miss Nexie, today we're just going to be talking about, whatever we have going on, the things that we have going on our hearts. I know everybody is going through something different. We're not all the same, but I did want to say, people do make you roll your eyes. For sure. And, I'm going to go through all of the sections. We're going to go through all of the people. But we got to start with the one that's the most fun, our relatives.
Mm.
That's the main category of people who make you roll your eyes. I know,
Okay.
I know my relatives make me roll my eyes.
More times than we can count. More times than we can count. Sometimes other people's relatives, right? They make us double take and then roll our eyes like three times in a row because of their behavior. But our relatives, they say and do the darnest things.
Yep, they do. And it's just, I'm one of those people, like, I think I'm a pretty patient person. I'll say it this way. I'm a pretty patient person, and I believe in extending compassion to other people. But what gets on my nerves is when that same compassion that you give to others, that you don't receive it back.
Mm. Hmm.
That's when it
I
really gets
get
on
it.
my nerves.
I get it, Miss Marlene. Sometimes I think it's difficult to stay or remain the same, right, with the people that you know uh, get us out of our comfort zone, get us into the eye rolling marathon, right? It's sometimes it's hard to change, but sometimes because of the things that they do, you have to, like, because they don't get it until you
Um,
start changing and you start kind of like you're not giving back what I'm giving to you. It's not that you deserve it, right? Because you don't deserve. It's not that we're asking because we deserve it. It's because it's only fair,
right.
right?
It's only fair because there's certain things as courtesy, kindness that you expect from everyone. And I find that when it comes to relatives, they are they are so mean, so rude, so disrespectful, and also at the same time demanding.
Mm.
It's the demanding for me that I can't take.
You know, again, it's hard, and I'm going through. I'm kind of like trying to hold what I really want to say because we're in the middle of a family, you know death, and I say family because my best friend, she's been my best friend for 24 years. Her kids are like my nieces and nephews, so even though we're not blood related, we're sisters, right, by heart. But there's so many things that I've been rolling my eyes at this entire 2 weeks that I start like I had an idea of what my adopted nieces and nephews were about, and the family, her side of the family. But I've been encountering, so like nobody's ever available to accompany her anywhere. Okay, she's had to go to arrange the funeral and arrange everything that needs to be done, and by herself and with me, right? But what I'm trying to say here is I will never let her do this by herself ever. But I'm thinking about her other kids and her sisters, like, you know what, let's all go do this with her, right? Let's try to, minimize everything that she has to be exposed to because it's her son, after all, that has passed. So I've been rolling my eyes so much because I've seen how unfair, how cruel, and how little empathy they're showing towards, their mother or their sister or whatever. And it's been bothering me this past 2 weeks, as I said. And again, I've been on a my eyes are dry. They're dry, Miss Marie. for more the eye rolling I've been doing. And again, it's not that I'm throwing it on her face that I'm doing this with her, because I don't mind. I love my friend, but it bothers me that she's left to do all this by herself. Not even her husband is going with her.
Miss Nexie, what?
Nope. All he does is cry, 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 cry.
But Miss Nexie, so maybe that's how he's handling it. Maybe he really can handle it,
Nah.
and he probably
Again,
needs some support.
no. I know them. I've
Oh,
known them
you know
for
them. Okay.
24 years. He's just a loser. I know that, it's his son, but come on, this is my friend had him 9 months in her belly, gave birth to him, raised him. You know what I mean? Like, she's done all of that. That's her baby. And once in a life, in your life, man up
Yeah,
and
be
say, you know what?
supportive.
Yeah, man up and say, you know what? Honey, I got this. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm gonna try to cry on my own and mourn in any way I can, but I'm gonna support you. But it's not even that. And it bothers me. It bothers me so much. And again, I know him, so I know how he is.
Thank you, Miss Nexie.
Oh, you're welcome,
Yeah.
Miss Molly.
I put that in the chat. My condolences to your family, because that's what I'm gonna call it. That's your family.
She is. She
Yeah, that's
is.
your family.
And she got very ill, and because everybody around her is crying and breaking down, she hasn't been able to do that herself. So she had an episode, and we were in the hospital like 3 days last week, and she just got out. I think it was Sunday, this past Sunday. She got out again because we've been going back and forth, because she suffers from diabetes, and she's had like some heart trouble, and so she's going through all of this on her own. She's holding her her emotions, because she knows she needs to get this done, because nobody else is going to do it for her. And so she's been ill, going in and out of the hospital, and they still, like, whenever she asks for a favor, oh, well, I have to work tomorrow, I can't. But then they start boo-hoo crying again, and it's like, they're not allowing her to mourn her son the right way. I saw a little bit of it yesterday, because we went to the funeral home, because the funeral is Saturday. And so we went there, and making sure that everything was okay, that the flowers were going to be delivered, and everything, and I saw a little bit of, like, I want to cry, and I allowed her to, and she cried a little bit, in the chapel, and I just sat there because I didn't want to interrupt that. I wanted her to let her up, because I think that's why she's getting so sick. And so we get home from this, Miss Marlene, and then her daughter is there, and she's like, oh my god, I've been crying all day, you won't believe, even at work. And I'm looking at her like, oh my eyes, they were in the back of my head, Miss Marlene, I swear to you. I'm sure you heard him rolling. I know you did.
I sure did.
You
Yep,
heard it,
I
didn't
heard.
you?
When I was younger, my mom used to say, "Don't roll, keep rolling your eyes. They're gonna get stuck up there." And I was saying, because this week that I had, and I thought about my mom. I was like, "Well, mom, they haven't stuck yet." And I've been doing a lot of that eye rolling this week.
In the past month alone.
Exactly.
Yeah, again, and it's, Ms. Marlene, it's not that we cannot say, right, because we're not fearful of saying it like it is. I'm not. I'm someone that is very blunt, sometimes a little too much, too honest, and it comes out very rude. And I know that about me, so I'm not afraid of speaking out. It's just that I'm holding myself back, because it's about her and her son, not about me, how I feel. I'm gonna do that after the funeral.
Yeah.
That's when I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. But right now, I have to bite my tongue and I have to allow her to, give these people pass and go, whatever, like I just let her be, and yeah, if that's what you want, and let him, and let's do this. And I'm trying not to give her any more, problems. But again, this whole 2 weeks, I have rolled my eyes so much, Miss Marlene. When I saw the title, I was laughing. I was like, oh my Lord,
Yeah.
it is my
So
day.
yeah, it is your day to be able to say, but I want this to be a safe space for us to open up and say the things that we have going on, because most of us, not everybody, but most of us don't have support.
A safe place
Yeah,
to do
don't
so.
have a safe place to be able to say things without getting the backlash and the whatever and the excuses and stuff like that. But over here, I can say that is a lot of times you have our relatives, and notice I didn't say family. I said
Hmm.
relatives, because family are people who choose you back. That's
Yep.
that toxic thing that I had to unlearn when I went through therapy, that just because someone is your blood relative, that does not make them your family.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many things going on right now. There's so many things going on in our lives and in the world. So much happening, and it's already, a terrible thing. All the natural disasters, the not so natural disasters, things like that, and the lack of empathy sometimes of the people that we see around the world, right? And in our families as well. But for me, is in order for me to keep my my cool or my mental health in check and okay and everything, I have to speak out, right? That's how I keep my mental health healthy and in order and okay, because for so many years I stood quiet to many a things. So ever since I've learned that I can voice it without, caring of what the repercussions are going to be, or without caring, um, that person not talking to me anymore, whatever it is, the outcome of what I have to say. So for me, it's been challenging, Miss Marlene, because I haven't been able to say anything. I haven't been able to tell them exactly how I feel and how unfair they're being to to my best friend and to their mother, to their sister, whatever. So my mind is racing. To be honest, I haven't even been able to sleep well. Like this past
Mhm.
weeks, the past probably yesterday, I think was the first time that I got a good night sleep, because I'm so stressed out. I'm constantly thinking of things, and so yesterday was a good day. I actually was able to rest, and kind of like unwind. But because we have worked so much on us, I cannot not say anything. I have to, and I will. But it's, I'm just thinking, I think yesterday I slept good, Miss Marlene, because it's like it's almost there, it's almost the end, and I'm gonna be able to speak up.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing about it is, you shouldn't have to hold back.
Hmm.
You shouldn't have to hold back. You should be able to, it's very rare that you can have people that you can just be real with all the time, in this
Oh yeah.
in every season. The people that I have to walk on eggshells with, it's never going to be good. Because
Yeah.
I don't feel safe. I feel very vulnerable around them.
Yeah, no, no, Miss Marlene. It's not because I'm walking on eggshells. No, 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 no. It's because I want my friend to have to know that this is her week, her whatever. She has to finish strong.
Yeah.
After that is when I'm gonna speak out with them, not her. She has nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? But I'm like biting my tongue, and even if I get angry, I'm like, don't say anything, just go along with it. And she looks at me like for reassurance. I'm like, hey, let's go. It's okay, they can't. Let's do this. Let's roll, whatever. And so I've been doing that, for the past 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh my God. But it's
Mm.
almost coming to an end. I know they know me very well. So they know that I've been just, not saying anything, not because
And
I
you've been
can't.
very good.
Yeah, and they know that it's coming. They just smile at me like, "Oh, Auntie's gonna be mad at us. She's gonna go off on us." But the thing here is, I want her to know that we don't have to have beef right now with them. We can be okay. It's all about her and her son right now, and her pain. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want her to think that I'm gonna go do this right now when we have to go do this with her son on Saturday. Like, I don't
Right.
want her to. But again, it's something that you have to voice out, especially because, I'm a mother, right? You're a mom, I'm a mom, we're all moms. And it's unfair sometimes, especially I haven't lost, and I lost my best friend about 30 plus years ago, and in a car accident, and she went with her three babies,
Mm.
and that hurt. But my friend took her babies with her, right? That's in my mind. That's how I dealt with it. But with her, it's she lost her baby. So I cannot, I'm trying to, again, not make it about me. But I think that's what has been like, it's stressing me out so much, Miss Marlene, is that I've never had someone so close lose a baby. He wasn't a baby, but a child, a kid,
What you mean?
a grown whatever. It was her kid. And so I think that's why I'm like, experiencing lack of sleep, and nervousness, and all these different emotions. And I'm probably more short fused than I normally am with these people, even though they lost a brother and the husband lost a son too. But I'm like, so right now, and I think it's because of that, because it's so close, and I've never had anyone lose a child, that someone I love and I'm so close to. And I knew this kid for 24 years.
Oh,
You know what I mean? I've known him for 24 years. I saw him grow up, turn into the man he was. So I think that's why it's bothering me, and it's affecting me so much
do you
and
do
so
you
profound.
do you think that you are actually have you grieved yet?
Nope.
Yeah, because you're in the mode of you're still in best friend mode, sister
Yes.
mode, making sure she's okay
Hmm.
before you can process your feelings.
Yep. That's what I've been doing. I haven't been able to mourn. I haven't been able to cry. I haven't been able to do anything. And I don't do it in public to begin with. But I haven't been able to do it on my own, because I've been go, 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 go with her. Like last week, we were going back and forth to fix, to get all the paperwork that we needed, some insurance paperwork, make the arrangements of the funeral home, his burial site, and all kinds of other things. And again, we've been doing it on our own because nobody goes with her.
This
Everybody
this is
drives.
awful.
Everybody, you know what I mean? It's so unfair. And I don't mind. I'm not saying this because I mind. I'm saying it because that's their mom. Couldn't you, as a child, ask for like 4 days off last week so that I can be with my mom and help her, whatever, with my
Even
brother?
one, Nexie, even one.
Yeah. So I think that that's why, like, I've been go, 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 go. And I don't mourn in front of people. I have to do it in my own time, and I haven't been able to because I don't want to do it, break down, and then not be able to be there for her.
Yeah.
And it's too close to home. I think that's why it's because I cannot. Miss Marlene, I even told her this. I said, I don't have the words besides I'm sorry, and I don't even want to imagine the pain that you are going through. I will never say I know what you're going through because I haven't lost a child. I said, but I cannot even go there. And I told her this. I cannot go there. I cannot
Can't go
put
there.
myself there because the pain that I saw in her the day he died, and the pain that I've been seeing on her. It's like I cannot even. I don't. I don't know how she's still standing. That's my whole thing. Is like, how are you still here, standing up? Like how? And I'm thinking it's because she doesn't have the ability to break down and delegate everything. Like, hey, you do this. Oh, don't worry, mom. I'm gonna take care of this. You sit down and relax and mourn your son, our brother. Nobody's there for her like that. So
Yeah. You know what you're going to have to do as a best friend, because I've had to do something similar before, is now she's in the mode of preparing for the funeral and stuff. Now she's going to need a day or two to literally have the time to grieve. So you're going to have
mhm.
to be there holding her as she completely becomes unglued. And I know you don't like seeing people cry,
Oh,
but you're going to have to give her that, because if she doesn't have that space to cry and break down, it's going to affect her if she doesn't do it in a safe space with you.
yeah, it's a matter of fact, Miss Marlene, I have I have booked something for her and I for 2 days
Oh,
in a like a retreat, but is it's healing. It's a healing retreat, and it's offered by a church. And you go to the mountains, like a 2 days, a 2 day trip, and you go there for healing, and to do your mourning in your own time, alone in a quiet space. And there's a lot of other things that go on, but it's mostly like a silent retreat, like, you know what I mean.
yeah, I know
And
exactly.
so
It's a place where you can have it's peaceful.
yes, so
Yeah.
we're going there for 2 days, and she's like, oh, it's okay, I don't want you to spend money. I'm like, it wasn't that expensive, it's through the church, and we're going. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. So I think that that's going to help her, because no matter what, even if she just if even if I'm just in the background fading away, as long as she can deal with it and let it all out, because the last thing I want is for her to get sick, right? So again, and this is why, Miss Marlene, because she has only one daughter. She had two sons and one daughter, and the girl is like, she's too busy with her own life to care.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
that's why I did that first point. Because I'm
yeah, so
telling
we're
you, it's
rolling. Go ahead.
relative.
Second point. Second point.
Okay. Second point is work related. Don't those
Mm,
people at the job make you roll your eyes? Oh,
I have no eyes when I'm at work. It's all white. they're,
no,
they're
no, no,
permanently
my
rolled on.
Miss Nexie. I mean, it is something like automatic. As soon as you put your hand on the door handle, or you walk through those the doors, the automatic doors that open, it's like immediate. Your eyes just go right up in your head.
Miss Marlene, we're all grown here, right? We can talk about anything, no problem. We're grown. But
Huh?
there is times that I curse a little, and you know me, I don't really like it. But sometimes when the eye roll is not enough, I have to like let a few words out, like one or two.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, Miss Marlene, when you have literally gone on over and over for months, sometimes years, right? Because sometimes we work for a long time in the same place. And you have gone either months or years with these people telling them how it's supposed to be done, how it works, what their responsibilities are when you're not there, how you leave your station, or whatever when they're not there, and how it's supposed to be left when they're gone. And you continue to come to work, and they continue not to do it, and then you come and you have nothing prepared for you, and you have to be doing their job and your job, and they're always either too busy or they forgot or you don't know how busy we were, the patients were so blah blah blah. And I'm thinking, we have the same patients, right? We go through the same, ER. It's like I get it, it's busy, but you can take the half an hour you take talking to everybody in the break room, and then you clock out. The half an hour could have, been used to do whatever you were supposed to do. And why am I repeating myself over and over? So yeah, eye rolling. Go on, Miss Marlene. Tell me yours. Tell me yours.
Well, okay. This is the thing. When I'm at work, I'm in the work mode and all of those things. Like I do a thing, and I think it's because I've done therapy and life coaching. I know how to separate
Mm-hmm.
whatever I have going on at home. I don't bring it to work.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that, but I've learned it because I've actually got into trouble at job, like coming unglued at work. I'm like, this is happening with my this person and that. Like, you can't bring that. You
Miss Marlene.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, one job I got fired because I came unglued at work and completely spazzed out, and they're like, "Yeah, you're out of here." I was like, "I don't even care."
You're too much for us. You're like,
Yeah,
I don't care.
yeah. Like I'm definitely okay. I'm definitely okay with that. But I learned from that experience that there's so much that happens at home that you got to deal with that. So, you got to find ways to decompress. You
Mm-hmm.
can't take every little thing as a personal attack. Just about everybody on the job, they're under stress, just like you are. It's
Mm-hmm.
just people bring their stress, or especially if they are in positions of oversight. They're your manager or supervisor or something. Some people go on an ego trip, a power trip, because they're over you and they try to make it uncomfortable for you. And yes, I definitely can say that I will be at work and my eyes will be rolling in my head because they get on my nerves. But at the end of it, I still always strive my best to be professional,
Mm-hmm.
to be respectful, and also understand that I know the reason why I'm at work. I'm at work to make money. I'm not at work
Yeah.
to make friends, contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, we're not there for that.
I'm not there for friendship. I'm not there for to put everything in front of everybody for everybody's opinion. Oh, I got this going on. It's crazy to me how people come on the job and they let everybody know all their personal and private business, what they're doing, and like talk about their kids. People know their kids' names. That's something that makes me uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. And I've had bosses that get really upset, or other people at the job that get upset when they ask me things. I was like, I don't talk about my personal business. I just don't.
Yep.
It's like if it's not to do with work,
Yep.
I I don't. I was like, I just don't do that. And there's
If
like,
it's not, if it's got
I'm
nothing to do with work, Miss Marlene, it's got nothing to do with me.
yep. And I say that because I've gotten burned, because when you have things going on, they will take your outside stuff that you've told them and throw it in your face.
How about Miss Marlene when they use either their mental health or their childhood traumas and their life outside of work, when they use that for you, like for sympathy, for you to understand why they're doing the things, or they're lacking, or they're not following, or they're not, you know what I mean, like when they use those things to continue to not perform as they should, right? I roll my eyes on that one. I know we all have, mental health issues. I understand that. I know that we all have, troubles at home, with children or our spouses, or, family, extended family, and whatever. But to use that to get away with things at work, no. Roll my eyes very much.
And
All the
this
way
is
to the back of my head.
yeah, all the way to the back of your head. Miss Nexie, this is one that particularly gets me rolling my eyes at work, and that's the clicks.
Mm.
Their work friends.
Mm.
So because of that, they get passes on doing things. They don't have to
Mm.
pull the same weight. And then what I don't put up with, and that's when I go over their head, when they want me to do their work while they get to be best friends and do selfies or TikToks
Yeah.
or
Or
whatever
going
it is that they're doing.
going to each other's birthdays, going out with their kids or whatever. Yeah, I understand. I had I worked in a hospital, like the first or second one that I worked at. I was fresh out of school, still learning, and I was noticing that I was being taken advantage of, because I wanted for them to be okay with me, right? I wanted it a nice, environment. I didn't want to create trouble, because it was very hard for people to get into that particular hospital, and I was chosen for it. So I wanted to go in, with a good impression, and I wanted them to not to have anything to talk about me, right? So I'm working hard, I'm doing everything. I started noticing that other doctors, that had been there already for years, whatever, they were taking advantage of me, of my kindness, of my readiness to do and help as much as I could, and to cover shifts and stuff like that. And so one time I said something to like the boss of the doctors, like the main guy, like how the nurses have their head nurse. This was like the chief of staff, if you want to call it. Like he was the
Yeah.
main, like before the main one. And so I kind of said, hey, I would like, a little bit more help here, because blah 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 blah. And that came back to me. I don't know what happened, Miss Marlene, but it came back to me saying that I don't know how they found out, right? I didn't at that point. I know now, but I didn't back at that point. How they found out that I went, over their heads and all the way up. And they started, like, talking behind my back. And every time I would say hi, whatever, they would just look at me, walk away. And I was like, what in the world? So one day, three of the other physicians were going to be out, and the department was going to be very short. And they had, scheduled me. And before they left, they're like, "Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to be in tomorrow, but I would, we want to leave tonight. And can you cover for me?" And
Mhm.
I know this is bad. I should have not done that, right? But I'm
Come
like,
on,
oh,
spill the tea, spill the
no, I'm
beans.
like, oh, okay, sure, sure. You're talking to me now. Okay, yeah, whatever, sure, yeah, I'll see. And they're like, okay, good, thank you, whatever. And next day comes, and I'm like, hey, I can't come in right now. I'm very, very sick. I'm not gonna be able to cover my.
Ooh.
to cover. And I talked to the boss, not to them. So the boss is like, what do you mean? You're not coming for your shift? I said, no, I can't. I'm very sick. Oh, don't worry. So and so is going to be there. Oh, okay, good. Then I'm okay. And at that point, we didn't have cell phones, right? When I first started. So they're going on. My phone is going on and on and on. My pager is going on. I'm not answering. And, the next day I was supposed to cover for someone that was coming back from, I don't know, vacation, whatever they were coming back from. But again, I'm sick. So I timed it, Miss Marlene, so that these people that were so mean and rude and everything to me understood that I wasn't that stupid girl or, naive and kind girl that they thought I was.
Yeah,
And
the
so
one that they could run over.
yeah, and so when they came back and I came back like a week later, to be honest, the boss was so upset, but not with me because we didn't agree on paper that I was going to cover those shifts.
Oh, I see. It
So
was on paper.
I had nothing to do. Nobody heard. So I don't know. I got sick. What do you want me to do? I was sick. It's not that I didn't want to work for you. It's that I was sick.
Oh my
And the
goodness.
boss is like, you were supposed to work. You were supposed to cover. I said, when, where, me? I said, where's the paperwork? Well, I asked you to. I said, no, you mentioned it, but I didn't agree on because we had to, because you have to make changes, right? And
Right.
if you're gonna be working the floor that day, you have to know who is coming, who is working, and what kind of specialty are you, so that they can kind of like switch the schedule. So I was like, you said something about it, but I said we didn't go to HR and did the change, or we didn't do any of that. So I don't know what you're talking about. You didn't say anything. You didn't ask me to go with you. So I figure you probably didn't need me anymore. So
Wow.
so from that day on, Miss Marlene, they will say hi to me and I'll be like, whatever, dude. And I never, like, they will ask me, hey, are you busy? You working tomorrow? No, but I'm not available. Oh, it's because I have to do it. I say, I don't care. I don't care. I gotta go. And I will get up and go. And eventually, I worked there like for 3 years. Eventually they're like, have we done something? And I brought it up to them. I said, yeah, you did. I said, when I first started, and I went, you still hung on that? And I said, wouldn't you? And they just looked at me like, what? And I said, yeah, I'm still there. I said, I'm not. Once people burn me, I said, they don't get a second chance with me. They don't get, again, a pass and go. Nope, not for me.
Oh,
And so when people do these things, Miss Marlene, and at work, when you're supposed to be helping each other because it's a busy environment and everybody else is helping everybody else, but you, just because you don't go along with their silliness, that's when I roll my eyes too. Like, mm-mm.
yes. Yep. When everybody else can get away with everything, but you get away with nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Next.
Next. Okay. So, oh boy, here we go, Miss Nexie. People
Uh-oh.
who make your eyes roll. I don't know if you're ready for this.
Uh-oh.
Your kids.
Oh my, Miss Marlene.
I
Ooh, you
know.
went there.
Yeah, but he was like, "Now, girl, now why did you have to go there?"
I used to
As
tell
I
my
take
kids,
another sip.
I used to tell my kids that I had to roll my eyes so much with them growing up that I had developed eyes in the back of my head that I could see everything they were doing. That's how bad it was. But yeah, kids, oh my God, Miss Marlene, do they make our eyes roll?
Wow.
Especially, Miss
Oof.
Marlene, if you have asked them to do something, you ask them, hey, since you're not going to school because you don't feel good, right? Because that is the reason why you're not going. Yeah, I'm gonna go to work. So make sure. You let the pets out, to do their needs or walk them, whatever. You make sure that you pick up the house a little, and make sure that you don't leave anything out so that it can spoil or whatever, and kind of like put the dishes in the dishwasher, things like that. And then you come home 10 hours later, and they're about to do it when you come in, because they were going to, but then they got sick. But then you see all the movies they have seen throughout the day, because you go through like the history. And then you have, they
Oh,
have taken naps. They've been on the phone for a long time at home, because you've been trying to call and you haven't been able to call, because even the waiting is busy, right? The
yeah.
second line is busy with another friend, because they're doing like a three-way. Remember when we could do that three-way
Oh, that when
three-way call?
Miss Nexie, I'm telling you, when they came out with three way, that was terrible for my parents.
Well, I'm with your parents, so don't laugh, young lady. Don't
That
laugh.
when that came out, and I would be literally on the phone for 3 or 4 hours talking about what outfit I'm gonna wear tomorrow.
But weren't you sick at home like my
Oh yeah,
child
but I
was?
was
That wasn't
sick.
supposed to be talking on the phone, because literally she was dying that day in the morning. Oh, she was
Miss Nexie,
almost in the pearly gates. Oh,
Miss
she felt that
Nexie,
sick.
Miss Nexie, I'm gonna tell you exactly when you're sick. Being sick does not affect you from talking.
Miss Marlene, she could barely say bye to me. That's how sick she
Oh,
was.
wow. No, no, but
Yeah.
you know what happened? When she stayed in her bed, she got some healing.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna heal your butt in a minute. Uh, I wanted to heal their butt, but I couldn't with the belt. No, yeah, but Miss Marlene, you know, it's. I was so frustrated, because I'm like, I don't know how she's doing. I am working and I'm like 30 minutes away. I guess I could come and go, no problem. But I'm like, is she okay? But then the busy side, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's on the phone. So I called the operator and I asked, can you please, interfere, because I want to make sure my child is okay, because she stayed at home, whatever. And she tries to cut the phone and tell them, blah, blah, blah. And she hangs up, my daughter. And then I call like 5 minutes. I give the whole thing 5 minutes. I call 5 minutes later, and she's again on the phone.
Oh my goodness. Uh,
Yeah, well, because they were
but
asking, all of her friends were asking her how she was doing. That's why she was on the phone that long. Can't roll my eyes. Oh,
see, Miss Nexie, the whole thing is you don't know. Maybe your daughter was talking to her
to
friend
you
to get her homework assignment like I was doing.
for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Were you doing the homework over there on the phone, or do you wait until before you go to bed to do
Oh,
it?
you know, when you get on the phone, then you have to say everything because you weren't at school. Then they have to tell
Oh,
you everything that happened at school.
oh,
What
oh, Miss
outfits.
Marlene. Miss Marlene, I'm sorry to interrupt you. So I get home, I come into the room. So he wore what shirt? Oh my God. Oh my God. Nora, did you hear the shirt he wore? Oh my God. I know, right? I hate that shirt too. He's so cute. I don't know why he's wearing that type of clothing. And she has the two friends and they're talking about everything that went. And I said, oh my God, you're saved. You're not going to the pearly gates anymore. I said, and I'm telling this to her, like I opened the door like with a kick. Like, what in the world? And she's like, oh my God, I thought it was the police. I go, you will be safer if the police was the one here right now. Hang up the phone. And
Wow.
I'm like, I said, I thought you were like very close to the pearly gates. I said, I was at a funeral home right now. I said, I went there to pay for the funeral, for your funeral. Oh my God, mom. You were wishing that I died? So everything turned around. And I'm like, oh my, rolling my eyes, Miss Marlene. Rolling my eyes. Her father got home and she told the whole story of how I stormed in, kicked her door. She almost had a heart attack from when I kicked the door open. And her friends, she was so embarrassed because her friends heard me yelling at her.
Yeah.
And
And
even though she was sick
oh,
all
and Miss
day.
Nancy, just like me, and I'll never be able to show my face in front of them again.
But you went to school next day?
Yeah. And you know that they were like, oh my God. I said, yes, you see what I have to deal with? Ah,
Miss Marlene. I found little. Okay, they had gotten in trouble for talking. My second daughter, and she had gotten in trouble in every class from talking and sign. They even learned sign language to talk in the middle of
oh my
class.
goodness.
So again, they called me to school, embarrassing me in front of everyone. Well, she doesn't stop talking. They even learn sign language. We have confiscated notes, and we separated them. The one corner, one, the other one in the back, and they still. So we don't know what to do. And I'm looking at my daughter, like, you're not gonna survive tonight. Pray, because you're going straight up to your father in heaven.
Wow.
And she's looking at me like, Mom, it's not even, I said, it's not even what they're lying to me. Is that what you're saying? I'm confronting her in front of the teachers, and my eyes again rolling, rolling down the river. And so that took care of, like, I went there, they told me this and blah blah blah. She was suspended for 2 days, and so was her best friend.
Mm.
Dude, they come back the next week. This is like on like Wednesday, so they were off Thursday and Friday, and on Monday they go back to school. During the weekend, she asked me to buy her some books that she needed it for writing at school. Blah blah blah. I went and bought them. So a week later, Miss Marlene, I found one of the books that they will write notes to each other, and they give the book back for the next class. The other one will put the answer and then pass it on the next class.
What?
So they wouldn't be talking in class, telling, even though they spend recess and lunchtime and everything together, but they had to talk to one another. So instead of talking, they will write everything that they could think of, and then before class starts, they will give each other the books.
Wow.
Yeah, they both had books. So I found my daughter's, and she tells on the page of the day that I went to, because she went back, right? Monday when she got suspended. And then I found out when she was telling her friend, oh my God, did you see? Did you see the way she behaved? You see how
Unbelievable.
embarrassing that was? She was even like kind of yelling at me. She always does that. That's why I can't wait until I turn 18. Because
Oh,
at that point, she's not gonna be able to embarrass me no more.
oh, but guess what happens this next thing? What
Oh,
happens when they turn 18?
Miss Marlene, this is my second daughter, okay? Not the oldest. The oldest was the one that got her life, her heart attack. And then she's like, I want to talk to my dad. Because her friend is like, do you think she's gonna let you go to like some a dance? I think I don't remember the dance. I think it was I don't
Prom?
remember, but no, it wasn't prom. It wasn't prom yet. They were still like, just freshmen. They weren't
Okay.
there yet. So she's like, you think she's gonna let you go? I don't remember what they were gonna do. And it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna talk to my dad. I know that, if I talk to my dad first, he'd probably be able to convince her and she will soften up. But you saw how she was. She's very hard. And I'm thinking, I am hard, you little um and
Mm-hmm.
she's like, well, I'm gonna be praying so that they'll let you go. And she's like, in the book, she's like, my mom is letting me go, meaning her best friend. So I hope that your mom, I'll be praying for you. I was like, oh, pray for me not to unalive this child before
Yep.
that day.
I know. It's a challenge. It's a challenge for sure.
Roll your eyes. That's what you have to do, because
That's
you
what you have
guys
to
drive
do.
us crazy.
That's the only way that you can make it. Now,
You be quiet. Your poor mother. You be quiet, you.
this is the part that I roll my eyes the most, and that is social media.
Oh my. Ooh. That's the next one.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Um.
I don't
Go
even
on,
know.
Miss Marlene. Go on. Go on.
I don't even know where to start with it. But I will
So
say,
much, right?
yeah. Well, I can talk from being a content creator, and you can talk from being a
A
viewer.
content watcher
Yeah,
and
content
follower
watcher. Yeah,
and follower.
yeah. So being a content creator makes you roll your eyes a lot because you'll put out content, you'll do all this stuff, and then people on the outside that don't even live there will tell you how you should edit your videos, what kind of blouse you should wear, how you should affix your hair, and that doesn't look right, and they'll critique and critique and critique. And my thing is, why weren't you here when I was recording it? You have to hold the
Man,
camera.
you give me the money to go to a beauty
And
salon so I can
that's what
get
I
my
said.
hair done.
That's what I told somebody before because he was like, "Oh, your hair doesn't look good like that." Well, then, here is my cash app. You can pay for me to get my hair done. This person
Oh,
was like, "Oh, I don't like that shirt you were wearing. You
mm,
should have wore a different color."
oh,
Like I'm
oh,
saying,
oh, oh,
here is
oh,
my cash app. Buy me another
oh.
blouse. If you no, and I mean it, Nexi. When people put stuff on social media, people say things, and at the same time, they're not going to be able. They're not going to help you. They won't support you. All people do is they put their nasty comments, and especially when I do my AI stuff. Oh my!
Miss Marlene, now that we're talking about cash apps,
Oh,
as a content follower, how about when you go and see a good, a good live or, a good podcasting live and you're listening to and you're putting, questions or you have a question and then the host says, if you want us to answer one of your questions, whatever, you have to cash out. I mean, one of those gifts, and you don't have to give much. It can be anything, but I will not answer questions if you don't do it on a cash, like a
what?
gift or yeah. And I was like, What do you mean?" Like, well, yeah, you have to, like, if you want me to. He didn't say that to me. He said, if you guys want me to answer your questions or give you more info and blah blah blah, you have to ask your question on a cash, like, what do they call, like, oh my god, my mind,
Yeah, I know
since
what you
I'm not a
mean. Like when they put it up on the screen.
yeah, yeah. When you gift something, right? And
Yeah.
you like a super chat. There you go, like a super chat. And the one of the content creators, because it was two men talking. He said, you have to super chat, and then we can read what you're asking, and then we can answer your question. People that just ask the question, we're really not paying attention to that. So in order for me to answer your questions, you have to super chat.
Yeah.
And when after he said that, I said, no, I can just Google what I was about to ask you and I don't have to pay for it. And I
Wow.
left the chat. I went somewhere else. And you know this, Miss Martin. I've been following, I only follow good content creators, nothing dirty, nasty, or like I don't, I follow good motivation, informational, whatever it is that, makes you a better person. That's the type of content I follow. So I went somewhere else, and it was funny because I I saw a lot of people congratulating this person for reaching a certain milestone, and she had made her like the celebration that you throw your celebration. Yeah, I finally came to like 1,000, blah blah blah.
Right.
And it was like like, instead of like just congratulations, it was like you had to like super chat her for reaching that milestone.
What?
And you know how when you go to a party, it's either a cash party, a wedding, a cash wedding, they have the
Oh, okay,
envelopes, or
yeah.
they yeah, so kind of like that. The celebration was about that, and I was like, "Oh, so you come here and you congratulate, and you can do it on a super chat, it's appreciated, blah blah blah, because this person can get them now." And I was like, what?
You, what do you mean? You had to?
I guess if you wanted her to read your congratulations, like on the screen or
That's,
blah blah,
that's
whatever. It was
wild.
so weird. It was weird. I got out. I was like, this is weird. And and I have been on other places where they don't tell you if you want me to answer or read your question super chat. They don't say that. But what I've noticed is that when you go there and they have a lot of followers, and the ones that are either mods or the ones that continuously give them super chats and whatever, those are the ones that they answer the questions from. And even sometimes when you have a good comment and somebody else has a comment that is not even close to what's going on, they will read that one, put it on the screen, but not yours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so I get it. So, I have left like huge content creators because I saw that. I saw that they will take precedence. And I get it, it's your channel, right? It's
Mhm.
if this is how you survive in life, then yeah, I'm sure you want to make the most out of it. And the more followers you get, the better checks you're gonna get. Like I get that. But you didn't start it. You wouldn't be where you are if it wasn't for the people that are following you and supporting you. And
Mhm.
if you get new supporters, that should be, you know what I mean? Like that should be your priority. And I had been with this person for a while, but then I saw that even if my question was before this other person, and I will put a question mark, I will do whatever, they will answer either one or two before me or two, three after me. Like, and they will put it there, and it was again someone that after that it will give them like a super chat or whatever. I was like, okay, or buy me a coffee, things like that. And I started noticing that that's what it was, that it was all about, like, if you wanted that question answered, even though they didn't say that, they made it
But their
very
actions showed
obvious,
it.
yeah, very obvious that that's how they will answer your questions. And so I left, and I was like, this is kind of weird. And again, rolling your eyes, because you're like, you weren't this big and you would not be if it wasn't for us. Right.
Yeah. You know, and as a content creator, I do understand that part because, and the crazy part, one of the craziest things that somebody said when they came into my chat was like, "You're just on here to make money."
Oh, wow. Is that why you work two jobs, Miss Rosie?
I was like,
Because YouTube is supporting you?
and I was like, if I was depending on this, I would literally starve. And the thing about this, I feel like being a content creator is like being a parent, because
Yep.
it's like, I don't get me wrong, I love this. I love being able to talk to people, connect with people, help support. I love that part. But at the same time, it's the amount of hours in coming up with ideas and editing and all that stuff, and then to get the trolls, and to get the judgment, and to get the negativity and slow growth, blah, etc., etc. Like, it's a long list. And so I had to learn that being a content creator has to be something that you have to love it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just, don't get me wrong, I want money. I would be lying if I said I didn't want money. I do. I want money, but I'm not going to do so stepping on people to get ahead, stealing people's ideas, being somebody I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Well, thank you so much, Betsy.
Did you see that mic drop?
Yeah, mic drop. Drop the mic.
That's exactly what you just did, girl. I was like, where's the mic drop? Where's the mic? But again, Miss Marlene, if my father was always telling us, to kind of strive for to work on something we loved,
Mm-hmm.
and that way it wouldn't feel like a job because we already love that, right? So always try to
Yeah.
do something that you love, earn money from that. And if this was for you, like everything for you, Miss Marlene, you probably, you'll be on this all day long, but you can't because you have a family to support.
Mm-hmm.
You're the head of household in your family. You have children to support, and
Mm-hmm.
and they don't eat with $100
Yeah, I
a
was like,
month for a channel.
I don't know what you guys like, what kind of math, this new math that you think, but
It ain't
if
nothing.
you guys think that $100 is going to sustain you for a month, you are sadly mistaken. And then they have
It's
the nerve to have an attitude. You're only here to make money. What?
yeah, trust me, buddy. It's
I
not.
For me, Miss Nexie, people really prove to me that they know nothing about social media. They try to tell you what it's like.
What
Um,
they think is like.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry, because
yes.
I'm sorry
What
that I
they
interrupt you,
Go
but what
ahead,
they
Miss Nexie.
think is like, what they
Right.
think is like, they don't know because all they can do is criticize, give their, and again, they are free to do all of that. We're not saying that they
Right.
can't. We don't have to take, if they're disrespectful, we don't have to take that, but their opinion, it's valid. Hey, okay, thank you, but again, you don't know what it is because I'm not a content creator, Miss Marine. I've told you this many times. I don't even have an idea. I don't even know what you go through to make this happen. How you have to, work your times around, make sure everything is silent, bring a good topic, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't have the patience. I've said this before. I do
Mhm.
not have the patience for that. I'm sorry.
Yep. And
But it's a
but
lot of
that
work.
but that's the frustrating part, Miss Nexie, is when you feel like I know that I bring good content.
Yeah.
I research things. I come up with topics. We talk about good things on not just this channel, on all of my channels. They have I've always said that from the beginning. Every channel that I have, it has to bring some value. If I'm not
Mm-hmm.
bringing some sort of value, then I'm not going to do it. So it frustrates me when you have people doing silly stuff and they got like 30, 50, 100,000, 1,000,000 views, and you're putting in the time, the effort, the energy, and you get like 15 views. It can be very frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Is again because this is, um like, your job. Like, this is what you love to do. This is what you're doing. You're creating. You're a creator. So you're trying to put all of this in a lot of effort, as I said before, a lot of time out of your life and your family's life too, because it's not something that, you just have to record that one time and that's it. No, this is something that you do daily. So it takes a lot of work. And then you see that some things are like, That's who has 1.2 million followers." Like, that's what's getting ahead of, like, what in the world, right? Like,
Mhm.
I get that it's frustrating, but people that do this, for a living, or a second job or whatever, like you do,
Mhm.
they sacrifice a lot. So when people criticize you, or they say, "Oh my god, your topics are this," or, "Oh my god, you don't look the best on the screen today because of this," your eyes are probably in the back of your head, like, "Oh my god, here we go again." Because
Mhm.
it has nothing to do with that. You want the message to get across. You want somebody to be helped by what you're saying, by your experiences, by your words, by, you want to bring peace to someone. And who cares if the color of my shirt is not appropriate this time? Like,
Yep. I say that all the time, Miss Nexie, and I do understand the reason why some content creators will never come on camera, like never. They will never be on camera. I know a few that said they will never go on camera because of that, because of the judgment for how you look. Like they talk about everything, especially women.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm too beautiful for camera, Miss Marlene.
oh, yeah, you're too beautiful, Miss Nexie, and that's
Yes.
why your avatar doesn't even work.
No, it's because I don't want them to say, "Oh, I'm gonna criticize Miss Marlene more because Miss Next is too beautiful for the
I
camera."
cannot with you. I can't. This is what happens when somebody's your best friend.
But Miss Marlene, it's true though. A lot of people, because sometimes the judgment is very harsh, is very
Very hard.
mean, because they want you to lose your cool. They want to show others, oh, you see, she's not da, 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 who she says she is. You saw how she reacted when I said that, right? So they want to get that reaction from you so they can prove a point, I guess, or whatever. And if they don't do it on the first one, they keep on trying. And a lot of people on camera, sometimes you react, they can see it, right? So people that does not have, like me, I don't have a poker face, so I don't can't even play poker because I don't have one.
Yeah, Miss
They
Nexie.
will know exactly what I have. A horrible hand.
Yeah, Miss Nexie. I think I do show how I feel on my face, but I've learned because of what I do. I've learned that some things is not worth responding to, and other things that you do need to respond to. I've had to learn a balance on social media. Like, I know when some people, like, if I have been away for a while, like, I'm just not just gonna, like, are you okay? I'm not going to ignore that because people may be genuinely concerned, but when people want to know personal and private things, then you do have
Mm-mm.
to strike a balance of how much you're going to share and when is it too much to share, all of that stuff. So I have learned the hard way because, like I said, I've been on this app since 2007 and
Yep.
I've seen a lot. When I first started on here in 2007, Miss Nexie, this used to be a dating thing.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
It used to be. It's so weird. So I make sure my kids will never go YouTube. I will, be on like looking at history. Did they go there? I will keep them from it. I will be all like super scared because it was really weird. But look at what it is now, Miss Marlene. Look at it. It's growing and it's clean. It's becoming a better, because it was a little bit crazy before. Like 5 years ago, 4 years ago was still a little crazy. But look at it now. It's turning the other way, like it's coming full circle, and
Yeah.
the topics and the people have a little bit more better, better things to say, better things to do. Are a lot of educated people are some now having like their podcast or whatever, so there's a lot going on and a lot of people are coming back to YouTube.
Yeah. A lot of people are coming back because it does get a bad rep because it's really hard on this app. Comparison because I am on other social media sites and I can't lie, YouTube is harder than other social media apps.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
harder on here.
But because they learned their lesson, Miss Marlene, I think that's what it is. Because once they saw what was going on, and they were like, probably like, that's not what we created this for. You know what I mean? Like it's going south. There's more rules now that you have to follow, which is why it's hard to be a YouTube content creator and get high numbers right away. Everything is organic. Even those big channels like that have 50, 60,000, they haven't gotten there in a year. It took them 5 years sometimes to get there. But
Mhm.
that's the whole point, because it's so hard to be a content creator on YouTube. But when they allow you to, and they show your stuff, it's because you're good.
Yep.
Now, not before. Now, before it was a mess, and I used to roll my eyes a lot. you
Yes.
know, Miss Marlene, another thing and again, I am a woman, right? I'm a woman. You are a woman. We have a lot of our chatters that are women.
Yep.
Um, but I don't like when other beautiful women criticize other beautiful women. Like, we're all beautiful in our own way, right? Like, I mean, come on, you cannot compare to me, Miss Marlene, because I am gorgeous. But but we are beautiful. We're women. Like, why disrespect another beautiful woman just to get clicks, or like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, right? Like,
Yep.
she's not dressed all right. Did you see that? Oh my God. They're always, and they do it publicly too. Sometimes, like in another chat, or sometimes even to them, they will say certain things. And I'm thinking, celebrate, don't try to, like, shine a negative light on that woman. Like, try to raise them up, regardless of whether you like their look or not. It doesn't matter. They're working as hard as you are to have a following, to create content. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be, drinking water in public for 8 hours. It can be that. But, don't put another woman down so that you can look better. I don't know. I've seen so much of that it bothers me,
Yeah. I know it bothers me too.
because I try to, bring you down. Like, that's not going to help you.
Yep. It's not. And I always say that people show who they really are in real life by the way they treat other people on social media.
Hmm.
And I get it that people are behind avatars. You have people behind avatars. You have people who are kids. You have people who are mentally disturbed. You have people who are immature. And there's always going to be a variety of people on social media. But I always say it's nothing wrong to express yourself, agree to disagree, or think that things aren't that way. That's fine. Express yourself. But when someone tries to control or puppet your experience, like they have been in your shoes, that's when I have the problem. And that's when I'm going to put your head on a platter.
No, yeah, I get that. And Miss Marlene, again, even when people are in front of the camera, when women, men, or, but we're talking about women right now. But when you guys come out on camera, that's really hard to do. Really, really hard. That's something that I don't have. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'll be able to do that, to put my face out there and talk about, our topics. And I, like, I don't, it takes a lot of courage to
It
do
does.
that. You
I,
know, you,
I have to tell you, Miss Nexie. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you
no, no,
off.
no, go for it. Go for it.
Like, okay, when I first started off on my first channel, my motivation channel, I started off not being on camera because of, you know, and people who say that they don't have this, they're lying. When I first started off, I had that fear, like, what will people think of me? Will people like me? I had to battle with all of those things inside of myself first until I
Hmm.
finally came to the space of saying, regardless, I love me. I have something important to say, and I'm going to put it out there. But it took me
Hmm.
a long time. That didn't just happen just right away. That took me years of being on this app to finally get to the space of, forget everybody else. I'm just going to focus on me and what I'm supposed to do. And that's it. The ones who find value in it, great. The ones that don't, there's the door.
Hmm. Yeah, but it takes courage, to do that. So criticizing someone because of, the color of their skin or how they look, or that dress doesn't go with her, or that hair is not right, or that makeup. Oh my God. Criticizing someone like that shows how insecure you are,
Very.
how little of, you know, um, love for yourself and humanity you have, because you can't do that. Like, again, if your face is not in front of that camera, then don't say anything, because you don't know what it takes to get that. And again, our eyes roll, because you're like, oh my God, you're gonna give me your opinion when you don't even know what it feels like,
Hmm. Oh,
right?
oh, Miss Nexie, I know I'm about to go there, and I probably shouldn't go there, but I'm going to anyways. What irritates me out so much on social media, I mean, it really pisses me off
Ooh.
when a man is telling a woman how it feels to be a woman. That all the way, if you want to go there with me, it pisses me off. How can a man tell a woman how she feels and what she's going through? That would be like me trying to tell a man how it is to be a man.
Yeah, yeah, that's
This is
the I
stupid, ignorant, well, as my dad would say, ignoramus.
yeah, ignoramus. It's it's an eye rolling experience, Miss Marlene, and it's something
Literally.
that you have to sometimes bite your tongue and not respond, because you're like, you know, you don't deserve for me to respond to that, or you don't deserve for me to engage with you, because you don't know how we feel, right? Or the other ones that women are too emotional. Women are too emotional. Oh my God, they're so emotional. And I'm like, no, not all of them, right? And
We're all
actually,
different. Everybody's different.
yeah, we're all different, but when they say all women are so emotional, or all women are drama, all women are gossipers, not all women are. Like, there's some, yeah. And some of us are dramatic, some of us are, a pain, some of us are gossipers, but not every woman is that. And how do you know, right, if you're not a woman? Or when they say, when you are in the monthlies and they're like, is it that bad, really? Oh my
Yeah, like
God.
oh, please. It's not even that bad. Miss Nexie,
I
have you ever
had
Miss Nexie, have you ever seen a guy gets a Charlie horse and he's in bed for like 2 days?
no, Miss Marlene. I someone that said, um I was complaining, and I was like, I need to take something because the pain was so severe, the cramps. And you're like, that's what's bothering you? You have to take medication? I sprained my ankle the other day. I broke an arm. I went all the way without medication until I arrived at the hospital. It was like 3 hours of that. And I'm just quiet, not saying anything. Like, you guys are, and that's when I got you guys are so dramatic, attention seeking. And I'm like, I wish I could connect you to a machine that will show you what it is to be 3 days with this cramping inside of your.
3 days? How about 7?
Exactly. No, no, no. But again, it's like I broke my foot. Oh, my toe, I broke it. And I didn't even require. And I'm looking at him like, okay, that's you
Miss
though.
Miss Nexie, when men with menstrual things, and I said, okay, I give it to you if you broke something, you broke your foot, you hurt yourself, but that doesn't happen every month.
No, no, no.
Do you
And
break your toe
listen,
every month?
no, and
Yes.
breaking your toe, it hurts, yes, but it's a pain, right? That goes. You can. What I'm saying is that don't compare. Don't think that breaking a toe is. is just, oh, I broke and that was
Equivalent.
okay. It's very different, right? Because it's inside of you, and it's not just that little, it's the pain like throughout the day, for
Mhm.
days, every month. And then you get the out and you feel like you're gonna faint and tired and irritated. But I broke this, I sprained this, big deal. And I'm like, or when you're having a baby, like, why they scream so much? Like it's,
Oh, that's so irritating that they scream so much.
mhm. It's like it's so weird. She was screaming so much. I thought she was like dying. And they're talking about their spouse this way. And I'm looking at him. She kind of was,
And
because
I
she
was,
gave
and
life to a
I always
child.
say I get so mad when men talk about a woman in childbirth because I was like, I would love to see a baby come out of your sausage.
No, when they minimize, that's the whole thing,
Yeah.
is that we don't understand. It's like when they have something, right? Uh, Good example. When you get kicked in the middle, when men get kicked in the middle of their anatomy,
Mm-hmm.
it hurts. They literally like fall apart because it's very painful. We don't feel that. You can kick me and I'll be like, okay, you kicked me. Big deal. I
Yeah.
will run. You better run, because as soon as the kick, I'm going to go after you like nobody's business. A men can't do that because, of that sensitive area. I cannot say, oh my God, that's what hurts you. Oh, you should have seen, or you should feel how I feel, blah, blah, blah. You can't.
Yeah.
Again, trying to put yourself in somebody else's body, DNA and anatomy, it's not, you, you cannot
It's
even compare.
impossible.
It's impossible. Yes. I had somebody was mad at me. They were kind of like, and I think I told you I went to uh this somebody's channel. They were talking about um how you can, okay, they were saying that women in other countries, and again, Miss Marlene, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying women are the best and we do everything amazing, but the gentleman was, I think they were trying to be funny, or kind of comparing um how baby we are in this country, as women, or how taken care of we are by the hospitals and nurses and everything when we have a child. So this young gentleman was talking about, he lived in some other country, third world country. He's like, I live blah 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 in that country, and women over there, they have like 5 6 kids. They have the baby and the next day they're cooking, they're cleaning, they're plowing everything, they're taking care of the baby, the husband, the kids, the other kids. They get up from their bed like the next day.
Mm.
And women here, they like require like 3 days in a hospital. They go home and they want everybody to be there, like everybody's doing everything for them. And in other countries, women give birth to so many kids and they're up the next day. And I'm thinking, do you think that is because she wants to do that, or because nobody helps her out, because she has no other choice, otherwise her children are
No.
gonna starve, right? Or so he was kind of making the point that we are weaker in this country, or industrial countries, European countries, because we have hospitals and this and we're so weak that we have to stay in the hospital for 2 days or whatever, 3 days, and then come home and rest some more. That other women don't have 40 days to rest, but here we're so weak. And I was like, you're a smart man. And you're talking the way you're talking right now, smart man, because you're not a woman. So you don't know what we go through. And the reason why these other women have to get up right away and do everything. And why, when they are older in age, they have so many problems with their system because they never rested, right? They get different conditions, different diseases. So it's like you cannot compare and say women are so weak here or whatever. Eyes rolling, Miss Marlene. You cannot hear them. I'm sure you can hear them. My
I
eyes
hear
are
them from
rolling right now.
here.
And talking like that because you don't know. And the fact that we have the luxury here to have hospitals and to be able to stay home and get paid for 40 days after we have our child, we work hard for that privilege, right? And that we have people
But
here helping us.
But Miss Nexie, they don't talk about in those most of those countries. Most
No.
of those women aren't going to a job
Hmm. Or they have no one else to help them, Miss Marlene, because they
Mhm.
probably have a husband
because
that needs
over here
everything done.
because over here it's called equal rights.
Hmm.
And I think that's why a lot of times why the men here, I mean the men over there get upset because here women can speak up for themselves and they don't like that. That's what it really is. It's a power thing. It's a control thing that women shouldn't have rights.
But Miss Marlene, again, even if he was talking, comparing and contrasting the differences in different countries, who is he to say that? He's not a woman. He
Mhm.
doesn't know what we go through. He doesn't know that, if we get up, it's not because we feel great, it's because we have no choice. And he hasn't, he doesn't have our body, our system, nothing. And for him to say women in third world countries are so much stronger, so much that than women in industrials, countries and European countries are weaker. How does he know? He's not a woman.
Yeah.
Why are you talking on a topic that you know nothing about? I can easily say, God, men in other countries, they work from sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
They
No,
raise
I'm
an
gonna
entire
say, Miss Nexie, if we ever did a live and said men in other countries are stronger, we would get so much hatred.
again. And we shouldn't talk about those things because we don't know. We're not man. I
No, I
cannot say that they do this because they're stronger because they do more manual work, because they walk more, because they do more. Because I cannot say that because I'm not a man, first of all.
don't
Second, it's a different country. And not all men are equal. They're different, like we women are. But we cannot be talking about it the opposite sex because we don't know.
no, we don't know. We don't know what
Next.
we don't know what other people are going through, but I just had to put that in there. Like, I don't like this what people do on social media,
Yep.
men saying how women should be and vice versa. Either way, because I'm always going to be about equality. A woman
Hmm.
shouldn't talk about men, and men shouldn't talk about women because you've never walked in their shoes. You've never been a woman or you've never been a man, so keep your mouth out of it.
Yeah, especially on issues that you have no idea of what it's going on. Like, if you are talking about the opposite sex to lift them up, to promote, right? That they are good out there, they're this, they're that, hardworking. Yeah, that's different. But when it comes to the anatomy of one another, and oh my God, they're so weak because da da da, da, you can't do that because you have no idea that we have a foot on the grave when we're giving life to a child as a woman, right? And you don't know what our body goes through those 9 months and childbirth. So it's different, or not monthlies. It's just you can't. So when I hear that, I commented something on it, and oh, people got upset. He got upset, and then they were attacking, and I was like, okay, I'm leaving. Because I was like, how do you know you're not a woman?
Mhm.
What does the content creator know about it? He doesn't. He's a man. So and they got mad at me.
It doesn't even matter, but you know that some people, no matter what you say, they're illogical, irrational, immature, and they think that they know best. So there's nothing that you can do with those people. But the regular, rational, reasonable women and men would understand that there's some things it's like, why would I be commenting on things I know nothing about? You're never going to hear Marlene commenting about men's issues and men should be this and men should be that. No. But I can comment on my experiences with men and the things that I've seen them do. And when I do cover things about men, I always like to do so in an empathetic way, in a way
Hmm.
there's some amazing men out there. I don't believe in going down that dark and all men and they're not worth nothing.
Yeah, no, yeah, and Miss Marlene, again, everybody does their own whatever it is that they're gonna do on their channels, and but sometimes to gain more followers or gain attention or whatever, sometimes they're doing things that they're not, that is not their forte, that they're not experienced or knowledgeable of
Hmm.
certain topics, and they sometimes they even copy other people, but even if you copy others and and put topics from other people, if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't have the experience, as you say, if you don't have those things, but you're just getting the idea and kind of putting it together in your way without having that experience, it doesn't come out the same,
Doesn't.
because it's not something that you're good at. Like, I would be horrible if I would put a channel about crafting. I'm a horrible crafter. I have no patience and no idea about what to do on crafting. No stores that I go to, no blah blah, blah. It will be,
It would
it
be
will
terrible.
be yeah, and it will be untruth. Like, I'll be lying to my followers. And that for me sometimes is what discourages me from going to certain channels. 'Cause I'm like, but that's not, this doesn't sound like it's something you have lived through, or you have an idea of what it is to go through that, or about the topic at hand. And so sometimes I get off and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to follow this person anymore, because it doesn't feel like it's their material. It feels like it's somebody else and they're trying to make it their own. I
Yeah.
don't know.
You know, Miss Nexie, I'll say this about being a content creator. It can be very frustrating when, like, you go through something. Like recently, I have been through something in my life, and I did a topic about it, and then not even 2 days later, somebody else covered the same topic. And people will say things, well, how do you know they're not going through the same thing? But I don't know, Miss Nexie. That always is something that bothers me. It
Especially if they're in
irritates.
your circle.
Yeah, it's somebody who's in your circle, and and people, oh, well, you should be, somebody said you should be flattered. Well, I'll tell you right here right now, I'm not flattered when people steal my content. I'm not flattered.
Yeah, because if somebody else does it, and again, that's when you roll your eyes and say, oh my God, really? Like,
Yeah.
I went through so much to come up with this, because I am going through this, and now, and it happens. Now, if I follow you and then I go through somebody else's in another platform, and I hear that a person that has nothing to do, has never followed you, has never heard of you, whatever, and I hear the topic on that person, then I can believe, oh, okay, they probably have both gone through the same thing, right?
Hmm.
They're not stealing it. But if it's someone that it's in your circle, and it doesn't have to be like very close, it can be someone that right? That you follow, they follow, and that's it. But you know that person. So if that goes around, you're like, oh my God, seriously?
Yeah.
And
And
even if they twist the words or switch them around, it's still the same.
yeah, but my whole thing, Miss Nexie, is when you go through things, it's very hurtful when you're dealing with something and someone who like, and you can tell by the way someone talks about a topic when they're reading it or if it's something from their heart. And when somebody's just there talking like robotically, and this
Mm-hmm.
like they're reading a book, this is
Mm-hmm.
not a topic to read a book on. Like, you need to be like, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened to me, because it didn't happen to them.
Yeah, you have to have experienced that for whatever it is that you are, doing, the stealing or whatever comes out, genuine. Otherwise, it's gonna come like something that you're again reading, like you said, from a book, or you heard somebody else saying it, and now you're just.
But it used to like really anger me and frustrate me, cause me to lose sleep at night, because people just don't understand when you go through things in your life and then you come on social media and you share it, and then someone says something about something that you're like literally going through, working through, unpacking it, you're getting therapy, taking notes, and then you come up with the topic and you share it, and then someone just comes and regurgitates it, and you're like, "Hmm, okay, let me sit with that for a minute." But I've had to learn that even when people will take your information, nobody can share things the same way that you do. Nobody can be you. They can't
Yeah,
put your spin on it.
exactly, exactly. And I, when, like, remember when we were at school, when we were, you know youngins, when we're younger,
Oh,
and
yes.
you go to school, and then you start doing your hair a certain way, and then you see somebody else that kind of doing it, and then you start dressing a certain way, and then that person does it too. You're like, what in the
Yeah, like, why are you copying me?
exactly. But if it would have been somebody from probably two grades up, and or from another school, it wouldn't like make you suspicious, or kind of bother you, but it bothers you because you know them.
Yeah,
You go to school, you're right there, and they're doing, like, every time you buy something, they say they have it, and it's like, what?
yeah,
And so when people steal content from others, and I mean topics, I mean, experiences, or I've seen that some channels I followed, older ones, and I've seen that they switch around, kind of like not to bore, I guess, their followers, right?
mhm,
And they switch things around, and it's okay. But now, if I see the same person, and they have never had like a travel channel, right? And they do just traveling around the world, and now they're not going to travel around the world, but they're going to travel, and they're going to do other things locally or whatever. I get it. Hey, that's a good idea, right? You're going to do that. But now, if I see that channel that all of the sudden, um they're in a certain somebody's circle, and then now they have an emotional kind of channel,
mhm.
a channel for kind of like enlightenment and this and that. You start thinking like, wait a minute, that's not what you're about, right? I'm following you because you do all this traveling and this and that, but now you have, a prayer channel. You're like, what? Just to attract more people. I think that is not real. And a lot of people, when people do that, when channel content creators do that, you're like, you do a side eye.
Yeah,
Then you go, because you're like, okay, now I know why you're doing it. That's when you say you're doing this for money.
yeah. My whole thing has always been, Miss Nexie, is evolving with your channel.
Mhm.
I think that that's something important. I know that as I started, you'll start one thing, and then as you evolve, you'll want to go with something else, right?
Mhm.
And I do get that. That's a part of your growth as a human being. But when you, well, like, what I don't like is when I see other content creators and they're putting on to be something that I know that they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's
for instance, I have seen, it's a popular content creator on this app, and what they do, and I have seen so many people like imitate what he does so much in the way that he gives back in the community, like literally almost saying the exact same thing that he says, like down to like, and I'm just like, come on, like I get it. Okay, you like his concept, you want to do the same thing, cool, but why not put your own words?
yeah, put your own twist to it. Be creative on that way, even if you want to follow it, right? But do your own
Yeah,
original thing.
I don't know.
Although for me, like, a lot of people I know that they like to feed and go help and do this, but they're putting it on on channels, and they're showing all of the things that they're doing. For me, is I like to help, I like to do that, but no cameras allowed, right? Nothing to do with it, just what I like to do. If I was that type of person. But I see sometimes that they do that, and they go the extra, kind of like, to show how much they are helping others, right? Or they're taking advantage of showing the people they're helping,
Yeah,
talking and doing all this, and kind of showing off that they're having a hard time, or that they're on the streets, or so. That I don't like. And I seen another content creator, also Miss Marlene here, that is really big, that does this. It helps also the community, but it in a different way. And I've seen people trying to do the same thing, but not not in the way that he's doing it too. Like they're more like taking advantage of the hardship of the community,
yeah.
and going all the way to where they're sleeping at, where they're living at, and asking like, how long have you been here? It's kind of weird, because I'm like, that person is not in the right mind right now to talk to you. Why are you showing it? Like, you know what I mean?
I, listen, I say,
The other content creator doesn't do that. He does the interviews, or he shows what he's giving, but not the face, or whatever that person is going through. He doesn't even
I
show his face.
understand why people do that. I understand what
Clicks.
people do, but at the same time, there does have to be a line that has to be
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, that's far enough. And I think with this, with social media, people don't understand that they're still human beings,
Mm-hmm.
and they just go too far. I think people on social media go too far,
Yeah.
especially. I've always said this on YouTube and other social media sites. There should be zero tolerance. People who impersonate content creators, people who are trolls, people who steal people's content. There should be zero. Like, as soon as and you give them proof, because if you are a content creator and you come up with a concept, you can show the link to someone who made a video, and you know automatically, yes, they got that from you, especially if you put it out first.
Mm-hmm.
But
And if it's your idea, like, if giving is what you like and that's what you're all about, I love animals, right? I follow a couple of content creators that help animals. They don't show their face. They show the videos of, where what they do for them, the food that they send them, and they go rescue animals and do things like that. Like, I like that, but I've seen others that not only do they kind of like are doing, like, helping them, the little animals or whatever, but they're even going the extra mile of going into like behind the houses, showing where the animal was tied up at, or saying how the people and kind of like going the extra mile, kind of
Mhm.
saying, oh, so and so does it this way, but I'm gonna do one more thing so that he doesn't know that I'm copying, or she
Oh, I
does it
see.
this way, but I'm gonna, instead of just putting inspirationals, I'm gonna put um like a life experience that inspired for me to become this, even though so now I'm an inspirational channel, even though before I was a traveling one, or whatever. They put their own little, now I'm gonna show my face and I'm gonna show the place where I got the inspiration, you know what I mean? But it's the same thing that you're doing, but they do an extra step so that you don't catch them, kind of like taking your
Oh,
content. I've seen that, and when I see that, I unsubscribe, because I'm like, that's not right. Like, you just stole, I just saw this person, like, I was in her channel like last night, and this person was talking about this that has been so harsh on her or him in their lives, and now you're talking kind of like the same experience that this person had, but now you're going to show at the school where this happened to you, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
they
It sounds too good to be true. Like,
scripted.
yeah, that's it, Miss Nexie. Scripted. Have you ever seen like some content creators will do videos and you could tell that they told them what to say
Hmm.
because one of them I caught on and I put in the comment section, and when I went back I was hidden or blocked or whatever. I don't care, but I put in there. You
That
know how I
sounds
am.
scripted.
Yeah. I said, well, how do they know your name and you just met them?
You're bad.
Okay, okay, the alcohol is getting to me.
No, but it's true. It's true. Or another way is, Miss Marlene. They use they're using the other person's, let's say, their experiences, right? But they're also not asking the questions that they're supposed to ask, or not, like, they talk about the topics and certain things that go wrong, and they have the interviews, and they but they don't cover the topic at hand. They ask other things and they go in other directions, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird, because you're like, okay, I thought you were going to talk about their childhood and how it compared to what you went through, but you end up in the place there with nothing about the topic, maybe just the beginning of, but then it goes in another way. So you're like, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, because sometimes it's not their experiences that they're talking about. So they cannot really come up with the right questions, or the answers or experiences, because it's not theirs.
Oh, oh, Miss Nexie, you know what is so funny to me? When I do a live stream or something or a video, and someone will take my idea and um like they one person had the nerve to say, like, try to do a story time of the same story time that I had given, right? So I went over there and I said, and I corrected them. Actually, where I went was not, that was not where I went. Actually, I was like, if you're going to steal my story, at
Do
least
it the right way.
like, and of course they blocked me. I was like, that's okay. I don't care because it felt good to say how I feel. It's so irritating that people have no imagination. They can't think of an idea for themselves, so they just take yours. It gets to be
Yeah.
very irritating.
Yeah. And sometimes it's a little bit like, I feel like sometimes it's they use other people, and they're mean about it. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I feel that that's mean when you use somebody else's experience and you throw it on their face, and kind
Mhm.
of like make light of it, and pass it on, like, yeah, I get it, I had this experience, blah blah blah, but then you bring more personal stuff from the other person.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, it's kind of mean sometimes,
Yeah,
but yeah.
I feel honestly, I feel it was this person was attacking me because we used to be in the same circle. Like I've said many
Mm.
times, I started off when I came on this app, I started off in the real estate sector.
Mm.
So that person followed me from the real estate sector over to the motivational sector and then tried to start whatever, copying
Mhm.
things that I was doing too. It was just ridiculous. And the thing about it, Miss Nexie, is this was a guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Mm.
I,
Again.
yeah, it's one of those things. It's like it just roll. Like, don't you have something else to do?
Yeah. Don't you have somebody else to copy?
Yeah, go and copy somebody else. I said, go back to the real estate sector, literally.
Again, it's if it's not, what you're meant to be, or what you're meant to do on this, YouTube's, of the streets. If you're if that's not for you, it's not gonna come out the same way, and it's gonna be it's not gonna touch people's heart the same way, and it's not
Yeah.
gonna be as inspirational as you think, because that's not your forte. It's not what you're supposed to.
Yeah.
It's somebody else's.
And
And
that's oh, go ahead, Miss Nexie.
no, 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 no. Go ahead, Miss Mining.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I had left that sector because I was like, I like the sector, I like the information and all that stuff because I'm into that, but I know that that wasn't for me. That wasn't my thing to. I am a fan of it. I know about it, but I'm not gonna go on there. Oh, guys, I know this about real estate because that's not my lane. I
Hmm.
already knew that wasn't my lane. I was there to learn, to absorb things and stuff like that. But then people get upset when you get into it and then you start doing better and they're supposed to be the teacher.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, it's true.
I was like, okay, I'm going to go over to my own lane,
And
mind my
when
business.
yeah, and I'm not coming back here, so you guys
Yeah,
have
I was like, I'll
fun.
stay away from over here. I'll be a good girl.
I'll see you guys soon. Take
But,
care of yourselves.
Miss Nexie, don't you think that's weird that somebody would follow you from another sector over to you and you're not even bothering them?
Yeah, that I. But a lot of times I feel like if they don't have any original ideas, by following other content creators around, they start kind of learning what works and doesn't work, and they want to make it, like, they want to make it the same way. They want to make it big and everything, but not with anything original, but like
Hmm.
somebody else's, and you making it your own and twisting it around and whatever. So they want to see what clicks and copy that. But if it's not for you, you're not going to be able to grow that way, because believe it or not, a lot of people can tell when it's not supposed to be your content, when it's not
Yeah.
you actually do, like, it's not your experience, it doesn't go with you. People know,
Yeah, like
can tell.
if you're not you can tell when somebody's passionate, and it doesn't matter what sector you're talking about. If
Hmm.
you're talking about something enthusiastic about it, like there's not some fire behind what you're saying, if you're just like mumbling, no, who wants to hear that?
Or if they ask you about the experience, like how did you feel, or what did you do when it came to that, and they cannot really answer that. Or um like how some people work in the medical field, right? And you're like, when you talk about to others that do, or somebody comes to your channel, and or you go to theirs and you talk about that, and they work in the medical field too, you guys can literally go back and forth with the experiences and this and that, because you know what's going on. Even if it's dental, even if it's just a heart, even if
Mhm.
it's like obstetric, it doesn't matter. But you are in the medical field, so the experiences are pretty much similar to one another, because we go through a lot of hospitals, a lot of clinics, patients, so you kind of get it. But when you go into a channel that it's all about space, and you saw that that person talks about the stars and this and that, and he has all this knowledge, and then you see that he has 40,000 followers, you're like, oh, I'm going to start talking about that, but in a different way. Now if you get someone to come up and you don't know anything about that, the type of work they do, the telescopes they use, the experience, you really are not going to get the same reaction from your followers, because it's not what you do. You're not knowledgeable. You're just copying to grow.
Yeah,
You
and
get it? Like,
we see that all the time, don't we?
yes, we do.
Hmm.
Yes, we do. All the time.
Miss Nexie, can you believe we've been on here for 2 hours?
Oh my God, Miss Marlene. You should
That's
have said
that's
something.
your fault, woman.
We get going and we forget to stop.
Yeah, the funny part about when we're on here, I always feel like I'm talking to you on the phone, and I
Yeah,
forget I'm
me
actually
too.
online. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, but I was like, nobody noticed.
Me too. I'm like, oh, did I just say that out loud? And this
I was
gonna
like,
be on the
I was like, oh,
interwebs?
they don't know. I was like,
No, I'm like, my loved ones, are they gonna, I just said that about them, I'm in trouble. But it's already out, because I feel like we're on the phone for hours and hours and hours. It's
we'll
so
get there.
weird. But Miss Marlene, again, it's very hard to, especially in this the age of technology, it's very hard to be, or to have your content, your original content, and not have it copied. It's very
Yeah,
hard, because there's so many people that want to do, like, want to get big, want to do that, whatever. They just, they copy and they butcher whatever it is that you were trying to do. And sometimes it bothers me too, Miss Marlene, because sometimes I see that they have more followers than you. And
yeah.
you're like, why? That's not even their original idea. It's somebody else's, but they have more followers than you do.
You
And
know, oh, go ahead, Miss Nexie.
no, no, no. Go on.
I had to sit with that for a little bit because it was starting to bother me. Like, how
Mm,
come they're growing? But you can't compare what you do to another person. I've always
mm-mm.
said that your tribe will find you. The
Yeah.
people who like your content will find you. And then when they find you, they'll start watching videos and start coming to your live streams. And that's one of the reasons why I have multiple channels, because there's certain things that I only want to talk about in that space. There's some
Hmm.
things like that's not the place for that. But that's just me. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to be me. And that's it. I'm
Hmm.
just gonna be Marlene,
As it
and
should be.
yeah, and the thing, and I think what separates me from other channels is I don't have a big following right now or anything like that, but I think I bring something unique because I'm transparent, I'm honest. I talk
Hmm.
about things. I open up my heart. I I go there about many different things. And I think that's what makes me different than other content creators because I'm not just coming on a live stream and just, okay, today and showing a file. Today we're going to talk about this and read the notes. Like I will talk, and some of it I have notes, but for the most part I'm speaking from experiences and my heart and people that I've known and things that I've walked through and situations and how I've learned and grown, and so that people can make better choices and decisions than I did. um, because some content creators don't want that, but I do want people to be better. I want
Yeah.
people to make better decisions. It's like, don't do that. Like, communicate, take time to deflate, cut people off, block them. I wish that I had learned these things before. And I think that's what separates me from other content creators because I worked on myself.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Because your content is about you.
Yeah.
And those, very well known big channels, whatever, their content is also what they do. Right, if they're in the in the news, or if they're lawyers, and they bring out the they interpret the law or clear it up for us, and they bring all these shows and they talk about this, and that's they are there and big because they're unique that way. Not all of us are very well versed on law, right?
Right.
Or medicine, or sometimes in psychology, right? We're not, so people that bring uniqueness to their channels, even if it takes them a minute to grow, it's because of that. A lot of people are, they go, they see, they're like, oh, okay, I like this person, oh yeah, she's always talking about this, blah blah blah, and then she talks about this other thing, and then she brings this other thing back here. But it's just like you said, like a content of that letter they bring out, the piece of paper where they're gonna read from, or things that they have learned from other places, and it's not their own experience. It's not. So you're like, okay, I like her and everything, but I saw this other person that was actually very, very good on sharing that experience, as uncomfortable as it was, but it was her own.
Yeah.
And that uniqueness is what makes, you guys, content creators, good, and grow, because it's a difference, and
Yeah.
it's your own.
I'm not afraid to be vulnerable, and I understand. I don't expect for everybody to be me because I'm just Marlene, and that's
Mm.
just the only way that I feel my best, knowing that I don't have to be plastic, I don't have to be fake, I don't have to be like other people. It's like I'll have my hair long, short, in between, put makeup on, don't put up makeup on. Whatever I feel like doing, that's what I'm going to do because that's just me.
It's you.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Martin, we gotta go.
We got to go cuz we're almost to, it's past midnight. I just turned into a pumpkin. Yeah, I got to go.
I figure as much. I'm like, am I talking to my friend Marlene, my best friend, or am I talking to the pumpkin Marlene that it goes into, remission? It goes into sleep mode after 12. I wasn't sure. But now that I know that it's the pumpkin,
It's the pumpkin. The
my
pumpkin is
pumpkin
talking.
best friend, then yes, we gotta go, everyone.
Okay. Bye.
We'll be here next week, Miss Marlene,
Yeah,
with another
thanks for
crazy
ending it
topic.
out.
We have to go. You have to go to bed, miss.
We have to go to bed. Good night.
No, Miss Marlene, thank you for having me. and for sharing your channel and this beautiful space with me, and where we can chit chat about crazy things. We start with a topic and end on another, but it's all the experiences we have had, and they're again our own. We're
Yeah.
not copying anyone. We're talking real time. So, but thank you for allowing me
Oh,
and
thank you.
sharing this with me. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Miss Nexie, and thank you to all the loved ones. And yeah, people will get on your nerves, but take your power
Roll
back.
the dice.
Yeah, yeah, roll those eyes, but make sure you're also taking some breaks and not letting people walk over you and use you.
Yes. Yes. Enjoy company that makes you a better person.
Mhm.
Sometimes we have little disagreements, right, and little hard time with the company that makes us a better person, and we can tolerate that, but don't allow company that doesn't bring anything good for you, anything positive, and it doesn't make you a better human being. Don't
Exactly.
kick them out.
Exactly. I love.
Exactly.
All right, guys. See you guys next week.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for having me. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave Miss Marlene a little message, a hello. She loves that. She loves to gossip. So if
Yeah.
you have anything to leave, to just do it. Because all women gossip. Just kidding. Have a great weekend, everyone, and thank you for supporting Miss Marlene. We'll
Thank
see
you,
you next
guys.
week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.